Welcome back to Hacker Hacks, your go-to podcast for all things cybersecurity. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the latest breaches, vulnerabilities, and innovative open source tools shaping the cybersecurity landscape. From cyber attacks on major companies to advancements in cybersecurity defenses, we'll cover it all. Chinese startup DeepSeek announced on January 27, 2025, that it is temporarily limiting new registrations due to a large-scale cyber attack targeting its services. The company did not provide further details on the nature or extent of the attack, but confirmed that the measure was taken to protect its users and systems. The cyber attack has led to disruptions, prompting the decision to restrict new user signups while the company works on resolving the issue. This move highlights the ongoing vulnerability of startups, especially in the face of increasing cyber threats. DeepSeek's actions emphasize the growing need for enhanced cybersecurity measures in tech companies. Multiple security vulnerabilities have been identified in GitHub Desktop and related Git tools, potentially allowing attackers to leak Git credentials. The vulnerabilities, collectively named Clone 2 leak, include CVE 2000, 2523,040, malicious URLs can cause credential leaks in GitHub Desktop, CVE 2000, 2450,338, malformed URLs leak credentials in Git Credential Manager, CVE 2000, 2450, Git LFS fails to prevent credentials from being retrieved via crafted HTTP URLs. CV 2000, 2450, recursive cloning in GitHub CLI can expose tokens to non-GitHub hosts. Exploiting these flaws could allow attackers to steal authentication tokens and access privileged resources. GitHub has patched the issues in recent updates and advises users to upgrade to the latest version. Until then, users should avoid cloning untrusted repositories or using credential helpers with public repos. The US government has frozen nearly all foreign aid, including cybersecurity defense funds, for a 90-day review. This suspension affects programs run by the State Department and USAID aimed at supporting allies' cyber defenses and international cybersecurity policies. The review follows an executive order by President Trump to ensure that foreign assistance aligns with US foreign policy under the America First agenda. The freeze impacts funds allocated to the Bureau of Cyberspace and Digital Policy, a State Department agency responsible for negotiating global cybersecurity standards. This decision comes amid broader cuts to Biden-era programs, with Homeland Security's new leadership signaling further changes to the U.S. cybersecurity approach, including potential reductions in CISA's scope, particularly around misinformation efforts. India's central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, has urged banks to tighten their cybersecurity oversight and enhance protections against digital fraud. Governor Sanjay Malhotra, in his first public communication with banks since assuming office in December, emphasized the need for stronger IT risk management. He specifically highlighted the importance of increased oversight of third-party service providers to mitigate potential cybersecurity risks. Malhotra also stressed the growing threat of digital fraud and recommended that banks establish robust, proactive systems to prevent such attacks. The conversation involved top officials from state-run and some private banks, although specific private banks were not named. The Telangana Cybersecurity Bureau has launched SHIELD, an annual cybersecurity conclave aimed at addressing growing cybercrimes and enhancing cybersecurity in Hyderabad. In 2024, Telangana saw over 120,000 cybercrime victims, with TGCSB returning Rs 83 crore to nearly 18,000 affected individuals. The state, with its significant IT sector, faces increasing digital threats. SHIELD 2025, the first in a series of annual events, will take place from February 18th, 19 in Hyderabad. It will bring together law enforcement industry experts, academics, NGOs, and global tech leaders for discussions on topics like AI, blockchain, ransomware, and digital forensics. The conclave will also feature exhibitions from cybersecurity companies showcasing innovations like robots and drone technology. SHIELD 2025 aims to foster collaboration and action for a secure digital future. a ransomware attack on United Health's Change Healthcare business in 2024, the largest medical data breach in US history, impacted around 190 million people, almost double initial estimates. The breach affecting healthcare claims processors and patient records caused significant disruptions in the healthcare system. Hackers stole large amounts of health and insurance data, publishing some online. Change Healthcare paid at least two ransoms to protect further data. Despite the breach, there have been no reports of misuse of personal information. Change Healthcare is working with the Office for Civil Rights to confirm final numbers. This breach highlights vulnerabilities in enterprise cybersecurity, which are increasingly concerning as businesses, particularly in healthcare, navigate the digital frontier. Apple has released a security patch for a zero-day vulnerability, CVE 2025-24085, actively exploited in the wild. This flaw, found in Apple's core media framework, impacts iOS, iPadOS, macOS, tvOS, watchOS, and visionOS. It allows for privileged escalation, potentially enabling attackers to gain unauthorized access. The vulnerability affects various Apple devices, including iPads, iPhones, Apple Watches, and MacBooks. The patch, available in iOS 18.3, also addresses 28 other vulnerabilities. Although Apple has not disclosed specific attack details, it confirmed that the issue may have been exploited in versions of iOS before iOS 17.2. Users are advised to apply the update to protect their devices. Femex Crypto Exchange suffered a significant breach on January 23, 2025, where hackers stole over $85 million in cryptocurrency. The attack targeted the exchange's hot wallets, while cold wallets were unaffected. Femex quickly suspended deposits and withdrawals, initiated an emergency response, and reported the incident to security firms and law enforcement. Initially estimated at $29 million, the stolen amount was revised to $69 million, then to $85 million. The exchange has implemented a more secure system and gradually restored withdrawals for various cryptocurrencies. Femex advised users to avoid old deposit addresses. While the specific attackers remain unidentified, the breach bears similarities to previous North Korean hacker activities, such as those linked to the Lazarus Group. The FBI and other entities have linked North Korea to several significant crypto heists. A 10th grade educated youth from Rajasthan, Akshay Kumar, orchestrated a major scam in collaboration with Chinese cybercriminals, defrauding over 50 crore rupees. The scam involved converting the stolen money into cryptocurrency and sending it to China over 7 months. The police arrested Akshay and 3 others, Rakesh Ramdin and Bom Singh, on January 16, 2025. The accused used mobile phones with transaction records and screenshots as evidence. The gang lured individuals to rent their bank accounts, promising them a commission of 15 to 20%. After transferring the stolen money, it was converted into crypto and sent to Chinese cybercriminals. The police uncovered this scheme after tracing transactions and phone records. The suspects were remanded to police custody for further investigation. The case is still ongoing and more revelations are expected. Bitwarden is enhancing security for users without two-factor authentication by requiring email verification for logins from unrecognized devices. Starting in February, users will need to enter a code sent to their email if a suspicious login attempt occurs, preventing unauthorized access to their password vault. This new measure acts like a form of 2FA, though Bitwarden recommends using a dedicated 2FA method like authenticator apps or FIDO-compliant passkeys for the best protection. This change applies to logins from new devices, app reinstalls, or cleared browser cookies. Users who store email credentials in their vault are warned to ensure independent access to their email to avoid being locked out of both accounts. However, Bitwarden emphasizes that using strong, unique master passwords is still essential to prevent breaches. Facebook has been blocking posts and user accounts that mention Linux-related topics, sites, or groups, labeling them as cybersecurity threats. DistroWatch, a site dedicated to Linux news and reviews, was the first to notice this issue after its attempts to share content were blocked on January 19, 2025. Some users have also reported having their accounts locked or limited after sharing Linux-related posts. Despite appealing the decision, Facebook confirmed that Linux topics would remain under its cybersecurity filter. This has raised irony as Facebook relies on Linux for much of its infrastructure and regularly posts job ads for Linux developers. While it's unclear if this is a temporary glitch, the ban on Linux content has sparked frustration among the Linux community with hopes that Facebook will reverse its stance. This article highlights several free open source cybersecurity tools designed to address vulnerabilities, detect intrusions, and protect networks and websites. For container security, Am I Isolated serves as a benchmark for testing runtime environments. Argus simplifies information gathering and reconnaissance with a user-friendly toolkit, while Aranya helps developers integrate secure by design principles into their applications. Axo Syslog is a scalable security data processor, and certainly is an offensive security toolkit that captures traffic in various scenarios. For Windows forensic artifacts, Chainsaw quickly detects threats, and Contextual Platform uses AI to provide contextual threat detection and intelligence. CrowdSec offers crowdsourced protection against malicious IPs, and DockerSpy scans Docker Hub for sensitive data. Additionally, EvilGinx is a man-in-the-middle attack framework used for bypassing 2FA, while Yara aids in malware research. These tools are invaluable for cybersecurity professionals, offering a broad range of capabilities from threat detection to ethical hacking and network security. That's it for today's episode of Hacker Hacks. Stay informed, stay secure, and don't forget to protect your data. Be sure to tune in next time for more on the evolving world of cybersecurity. Until then, keep hacking responsibly.